More than 25 years ago on the Double E bus at Rutgers University. We were two passengers on a bus, teenagers, and that bus had just stopped and picked up a load of passengers at the women's college. So I think you can guess what we talked about. We had a very intense debate about whether 19th century English author Samuel Butler was an example of utopian or dystopian literature. Isn't that right? I'm telling you this because it's a little funny, but it also shows that when you are the subject of Eric's attention, you are the most important thing going on, regardless of what's going on around you. And it also serves to illustrate that there's a good chance that wherever you are, Eric is the most knowledgeable person in the room. Whether the focus is on you or some obscure author, you'll come to realize that Eric has a profound sense of curiosity. He wants to know. And often he wants to know about you. Eric, sometimes you seem to be moving about 20% faster than everyone around. And we think, is this guy taking it in? And then just as you're finishing a thought, he will respond with one of the most insightful, helpful, and empathetic statements you could possibly imagine. A statement that helps you see a situation from a completely different perspective. In this way, Eric is one of the most other-directed people I know. He is so interested in you, in people, and the world around him that you are taken completely off guard when he reveals things about himself and drops a phrase like, well, when I was in that martial arts competition, or that one time I was hiking into the mouth of a Nicaraguan volcano. And you are again left in awe about how Eric engages with the world. I know this from personal experience because I've done a little traveling with him. If not for Eric, I would never have found myself, oddly, in the middle of the largest convocation of Harley-Davidson riders in the nation, or witnessing a bloodless revolution in Mexico, or being interrogated by border agents under suspicion of smuggling contraband lawnmower parts. All true. And the Canadian relatives will know what I'm talking about. I think we've all heard stories about Eric's sense of adventure. But a common thread about Eric's adventures isn't how he seeks a thrill to satisfy an individual desire. It's the way he wants to bring someone else along for the adventure and share it with them. And you know, Eric, you seem to especially like crossing borders. I've been dragged across more than one by you. And I have a theory about that. I think you're always trying to see what life is like from another angle. And I think that quality alone gives you a profound sense of empathy and goodness. In Yiddish, we call this kind of man a real mensch. And at this moment, Christina, I want to pause and welcome you into the family of the Jewish community. You're facing a lifetime of random Yiddish words thrown at you, and mensch is one of them. And you can't translate the full meaning of that word directly, because mensch is simply and literally the word for man. But if you see some guy at the park You can't say, look at that mensch with the funny mustache. That guy's just a schnook. A person doesn't get called a mensch just by virtue of being a man. In Yiddish, a man can't be called by that word, the word used for man, unless he embodies superlative qualities of honor and integrity and compassion and a love for humanity that sets him apart. Christina, I look forward to getting to know you more as the newest member of my chosen family. And for those of you who are getting to know Eric as part of your chosen family, take it from me, he is what we mean when we say mensch. And Christina, I know you know this, but let me reiterate for everyone here tonight, wherever the two of you go, it's going to be a hell of an adventure.